And I can't even hear my clap. There they go. Yeah, Shakur Stevenson says he don't mind playing the A side. Canelo Alvarez and Crawford is in the red zone. Rollie versus Ryan. Tiafimo signs a new deal with an advisement company. All that after this. We gonna get into that shit. Yeah. Shout out to everybody out there that watched the inauguration today. A lot of people, a lot of women don't look too happy about that child support law that just got passed, that the men get to, they can't claim the children on the taxes. That's crazy. Shout out to Mr. Donald Trump. I know this is a boxing show, but I know a lot of guys that are out there like, man, I ain't paying no more damn. You gonna get all this and that. And listen, what's fair is fair, ladies. What's fair is fair. But let me bring on my guests real quick. My guys, Hamza.
What's good, baby?
My guy Hamza, and I'm gonna let my guy introduce himself. One of the best intros in podcasting. My guy.
Y'all know what it is and who it is, huh? Friday Night Decks, Four Corners Boxing on the 10-8 podcast alongside your hosts, Nobs and Hamza. The funniest guy on this podcast. Hamza, he know his shit, you heard? Don't get your shit split, you heard?
So today we had the inauguration. Shout out to Mr. Donald Trump. Congratulations. I voted for him. That's been my guy since 2016. I'm a big Trump supporter. I'm a Trumper. You know what I mean?
He's a big boxing fan, too.
Yeah. I mean, he used to be at all the Don King fights back then. He's just I don't know, man. I just always liked him. I feel like I can relate in regards to just, what he does and what he says. And I like Donald Trump. But to open the day, first of all, he made history by opening the day, by signing that shit in front of a stadium. He signed, I think, like 10 different things, and it was pretty cool to see the people backing that. It was super dope. But shout out to that. Happy Martin Luther King Day, all right?
MLK.
Yo, you know what's crazy? I went to the this is nothing. Hold on. Do you know that Donald Trump is gonna open the files? He's opening the files for sorry about that. For the JFK, RFK, and the Martin Luther King assassinations. There's stuff that has not come out to the public that Mr. Donald Trump is now going to be releasing, and that's kind of crazy.
That might be the one to get him set down.
I don't know, man. I don't know. He's my man. Positive Vibes that I voted for Turkey. He's been saving boxing. He can save this country. But that's actually Turkey's nephew. My man, Positive Vibes. His name is Muid Salamba, some shit like that. I don't know what it is, some shit. But no, listen. I'm not gonna lie, Mr. Turkey Al-Asik has been shaking shit. Shout out to Turk. Hey, Turk, I actually went and I registered for the Ring magazine. If you guys don't have it, Ring magazine is available now in digital and in print. I wanted to order it in print, but they would charge me $95 for delivery. That's fucking absurd. I was like, what?
But was that for the year?
For the year. I'm like, I'm not paying $95 for you to deliver it. The magazine costs $60. I'm paying more for delivery. That's crazy. I don't know. But I got it digitally. I was reading it the other day, but I'm probably going to end up upgrading because I could barely see the goddamn prints on the thing. But, whatever. But shout out. So for those out there, please go and support Ring Magazine. Turkey is making American boxing great again, even though he's forcing a lot of us to go to Saudi.
Making global boxing.
Yeah, I just don't want to go to Saudi Arabia for matchups, dude. I just don't want to. That's just not for me.
I'll do.
I want to go too. You don't got to
go.
They got
zero crime. They got zero crime and stuff like that. I'm over
there. Tell your neighbor's dogs to shut up. I'm tired of the Chihuahuas, bro. Jesus Christ. Tell little baby Joker in them. Jesus. But anyways,
Oh no.
let's let's talk about the news. Shakur Stevenson recently came out, and Shakur's been doing a lot of talking. You know, he got his fight coming up with Schofield, and it's crazy because they never talk about the fight with Schofield. They always talk about his fight with who? Gervonta Tank Davis. So this is what he had to say, and I found it kind of interesting. I'm gonna play it right here.
I said, let's fight. I said, send a contract. We can make. I done said, bro. I'm not even like no delusional nigga. I don't get out there and just say anything. So it's like, I'm not gonna act like I'm the A side or, oh, I deserve 50-50. Yo, bro, let's negotiate. Let's see where it goes from there. I know I'm the B side, but let's fight.
You guys are probably your 2 biggest paydays. It's like top 3 fights in boxing. It has to happen, man.
I think it's, besides Terrence and Canelo, I think besides that, me and Tank is the biggest fight.
We've been waiting on that forever. Yeah. Don't give us that when y'all 40. I ain't trying to see that shit.
Hey, it's not on me though.
No,
you gotta realize,
you laugh
like,
of it.
no, I'm
I need
not.
you to pull up to the fight.
Half will be if you like the A side.
Okay. All right.
I'm not really the A side right here. Like, I'm acceptingly telling y'all I'm the B side. Let's make the fight.
All right,
happen.
so you take care of business. He take care of business. DM him. Get his number. It's easy to happen. Like, I feel like y'all got to say fuck the promoters.
That was the way that it went with Terrence and Earl, right?
Yeah.
That was a cool way. I would
But
be
Terrence
down
did
with
have to
that.
fight.
Yeah, because Terrence got... I
I
didn't want
would
to say
be
that.
down with
He
that.
had to fight on
But dude
Errol's
got
turf.
like some shit against me. Like he
ain't responding back. He gonna post the text.
I don't know. It's like something like with me is like
It's a
he like I'm telling
it's
you
a
it's like
mega
that.
fight.
Yeah.
Like
I would be willing to do that. Like negotiate, talk it out. Let's sit down with each other. I would be willing to do that.
Like men.
I would be willing to do that. Me.
You and Gervonta on the phone, man.
It wouldn't happen though.
Let's have a man.
I said let's fight. I said send a contract.
Let's get it real. They have each other's numbers. I've got under good word from one of my buddies that they used to be on FaceTime all the time. Ooh, look how many followers I got.
That
So
is
they
a
know
fact.
each other. It's a facts. They know each other. Let's be real. The problem is this. Tank, and this is just my opinion, you guys can chime in afterwards, right? I gotta say this. Tank doesn't want to fight the great fighters. I don't care what anybody says. I'm sorry. He hasn't unified. He hasn't attempted to unify. He's went up and weight fought, who was it? I forgot his name, which I can't stand anymore.
Barrios.
Not a big fan of, but he drained him down. He brings up Santa Cruz. He brings up Lamont Roach. He brings up Frank Martin. Nobody at a 135. Not Haney.
No, Frank Martin was 35. Frank Martin was
I'm
35.
sorry, Tank. I didn't mean to shit on you on that one. But no Tio, no Devin. The only one he fought was Ryan Garcia, which I saw Leonard Ellerby today saying, oh, now this guy's a nobody, whatever. All right. Let's be real. Tank doesn't, for some strange reason, he doesn't. Then there's rumors about the contract. He says he sent it. Shakur says it never got sent. Then one of somebody in the camp, I forgot his name. Espinoza, I think, said that they did send it, right? It's just crazy to me. Now, in regards to negotiations, you don't have a choice, Shakur. You're not. It's not. You don't. It's not a situation where you can actually debate you're the A side. There isn't. It's pretty much whatever he's going to give you, or whatever the cut is. You're not going to get a 60-40 cut. You don't even have a track record of selling pay-per-views. I don't think Shakur's ever sold a pay-per-view. Okay. So
He's never been on pay-per-view yet.
exactly. He doesn't have any type of leverage in that department. So let's be real. You're in a shitty situation. Even Devin can come out and say, well, I've done this. Ryan can do that. You cannot. And I think that's going to be the biggest problem and the easiest way to sidestep you, because he's going to say, you don't bring nothing to the table. I mean, that's just me. I mean, who wants to start it off? You go.
Shakur is not.
There you go. Actually, it's on you. Go.
All right. Shakur made a lot of good points. Shakur made a lot of good points. He was honest about a lot of things there in that conversation. He says, I'm not the A side, I know I'm the B side. I'm not looking for a 50-50 split. I'm looking for a fight. Send a contract, let's talk, and let's get this done. Shakur never done pay-per-view. He does have a unified championship. That's one thing he has over Tank, right? He has unified in one of his divisions. He's the 3 division champion, legitly. He has the name. He has the name, right? Shakur Stevenson, former Olympian, who we've been hoping to see fight
Well,
the big fights as well. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's being honest. I just want to fight. I'm not asking for the money. I'm not asking for half of the percentage.
yeah.
Call me bro, call me bro. Let's chop this up and let's get this shit underway. At this moment right now, Shakur is going into a fight with Kid Austin. I don't know how people feel about the outcome of this fight, but Shakur is the favorite to win. But it's also a good fight between young fighters of today's era. You know what I'm saying? Like he's not waiting to fight Kid Austin when they 40 neither. You feel me? Like I'm glad that he's taking that fight. I'm glad that he came out and he mentioned this, and hopefully him and Tank do get something going because he has another strong point when they mention Shakur. Tank goes berserk, bro.
He does.
Like, you know what I'm saying? He gets in his emotions and he starts talking all of this F him and F this and he ain't never done nothing and he ain't done this and he ain't done that. Well, he does have a unified championship, you know what I'm saying? And at 130, he holds the WBC strap at 135. He's in your division. It's the fight that people want to see. Negotiate it, Tank. Negotiate it. Get out your fucking emotions, bro.
Hamza, what do you got to add to that?
You got him muted. Take him off the muting.
I didn't mute. He muted himself.
I'm muting myself. Yeah. That just goes to show you how much Shakur is not worth. That's why he's not getting a fight right now because you got to get more backing. You know, it's just hard to make a fight when the levels of pay are so distraught or so wide. You know, like Nord said, you haven't accrued the revenue or the attention on your name, or basically saying you haven't put butts in seats. That's what this is about. So you got to think Keyshawn Davis would get the fight before Shakur because he understood how to sell out his market. That's what you got to understand. I was talking about this earlier. Each state of the United States is a nation inside of a nation. So if you're from Ohio,
His audio just got out.
I'll come back.
So this is what I'm going to add to what you said. Yes, in boxing purist terms, actually you have a great point. You have a very good point. He has been undisputed, right? That's what you said. He has won belts in different...
Unified.
I'm sorry.
He's unified.
He's unified. He's, he's won in multiple divisions. In boxing terms, we all agree, yes, this needs to be made, right? But Tank doesn't operate in boxing terms. Tank doesn't care about his legacy. Tank cares about taking he does it to make the most money with the less risk. He takes the Floyd Mayweather, that's the slogan. That's not my slogan, that was his. Make the most money with the least amount of risk. Shakur can't hurt him, but he can beat him in a longer fight. Now, we all know that, right? He's too high of a risk, and there's really no reward. Even though, in my opinion, I think Tank has been getting a lot of criticism because of that, not getting the amount of money that he wants to get because of the opponents he's taken. I do believe that is the biggest fight at 135. Now, to say that fight is as big as a Benavidez Canelo or the second or third biggest fight, guy, you got Anthony Joshua, Tyson Fury.
Boxing wise, it is. Like for us hardcore boxing fans, like put the money aside. Those two in the ring, people are gonna watch. People will buy. People will attend. They're not. I mean, at least for Shakur's end, he's not a super attraction. But if you get him in the ring with Tank, the world will be in full attention.
Let me ask you guys both a question. And I think it was Hamza who brought up a very good point with Keyshawn Davis. Keyshawn Davis comes off a great performance, right? A knockout win. Something that we've all been critiquing Shakur Stevenson for. He's boring. He runs around, doesn't stick, doesn't knock people out. Who at this point is more valuable to Gervonta? Does Gervonta actually believe that maybe it is neck and neck, and hey, maybe I do take a Keyshawn Davis instead of the higher risk with Shakur?
That's what I was saying before, because Keyshawn, when you got a market inside of a market, for example, Earl Spence, he wasn't a wide, notable guy, but in Texas,
He's huge. Yeah.
that right there is a nation inside of a nation. They got three sports teams. You know what I'm saying? So he was going to capitalize. Shakur wasn't able to capitalize in his own market, which is Jersey. You got to order that tri-state area. You got to be able to. That's actually Tank's area. So it makes it hard. You know what I mean? You got to put butts in seats. Keyshawn has the whole Norfolk, Virginia.
It's sad because, again, I think Keyshawn Davis is going to get the Shakur fight. I mean, the Davis fight before. I think depending on what he does in his next fight, his title fight, he's going to end up winning. Everybody believes that. Now, whatever impressive fashion he wins, right? Let's say he wins impressive fashion. Shakur's in a bad situation. And I don't know why Top Rank does this with their fighters, where they don't test out the pay-per-view market. In negotiations, it kills you when you go against these other guys. Why is anybody got an answer? Why is it that Top Rank doesn't necessarily go into
because they don't. If you can't sell in your own hood, like Hamza just said,
Yeah.
when you can't build nothing, no traction, no momentum in your own hood. You know what I'm saying? They brought him to New York. They've done work with him in Jersey. He's gone out in Vegas and fought Valdez. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that was a good win for him.
A big stage.
Yeah.
No, that's probably one of his best wins. They gave him the grand stage on that Grand Prix week. It was a Thursday night. They had that car racing joint out there in Vegas. He had all the attention on him, and he gave us a stinker with De Los Santos. If it wasn't for Navarrete and Concepcion that night, it would have been a lot more upset fans out there.
Let me ask you guys. Yeah, keep going.
No, Shakur, that's why he's not going anywhere. I mean, they lose money with him on a regular house show, So to put him on pay-per-view, and if it's not the right opponent that'll help move the market, if you're not going to go on pay-per-view against Teofimo, against Devin, and Devin really ain't doing nothing on pay-per-view. If you ain't going up there against Ryan the Tank, there's no point in pushing that,
See,
and that's why it ain't happening.
How important, and this is the thing, that kills Shakur, and that's why when he's bringing up, I'm admitting that there's nothing to not admit, like, people don't want to see you fight like that. I mean, people think you're talented, but it's very hard pressed for somebody to be like, I'm about to spend $200, $300 on a ticket to watch you fight, right? How much pressure it is. And again, it's not about Shakur winning this fight, in my opinion. It's more so about how he wins against Kid Austin. That's going to determine him moving forward because, Devin Haney wasn't exciting, but he fought bigger names, right? And like Lomachenko, he went and fought Kambosos. Now, people may say, Kambosos is nobody, but he got a whole country following him to what Hamza was saying,
a
right?
Stadium to go watch him fight, yeah.
Exactly. Like, how important is it right now for him to, I think he needs to, in my opinion, be extremely impressive and stop Kid Austin for people to even start talking about him and Gervonta seriously happening. Am I off by that?
No, you guys both mentioned that last time we were on that he's gonna kick Kid Austin's ass. He's gonna stop him. I hope so. I really want to see that. I really would hope for that because that will give him some leverage. You know what I'm saying? Or boost his economy up a little more. Boost his name up to say, all right, look what he just did to this guy, man. I'm willing to pay that top dollar. I'm ready to, he has a chance. He can do more now. We seen another side of him. You feel me? Like,
yeah. Well,
that's what I want to see.
My man Positive Vibes, who is a big fan of very boring fighters, comes in and says, when it comes to sales, the same goes for Tio, but I don't think he's been promoted the right way. I think Tio is fought bigger names. I feel like a lot of what he said in regards to the racist stuff and just him and his dad turns a lot of people off, to be honest with you. Shakur is just boring. I think T.O.'s exciting. I've seen T.O. knock people out. He's dominated guys like Josh Taylor. I haven't seen that in the Shakur side.
T.O. rubbed his managers and promotion the wrong way, and they should.
T.O. is just not the guys that's promoted. Like, all right, you got guys that are promoted and that are A-class. No, we're not talking about skill level. We're just talking about who is, put it like this, if this is an NBA team, there are guys who get max contracts and then there's role players. T.O. came in as a role player with Top Rank. Nobody knew who he was. Nobody knew who Bud was.
That's a good point.
Like, these are the things what the Aram does to where, and he stated himself, like, it's just an unfair playing field in the market because you can go on any corner, take anybody, any colored man off the corner, giving minimal instruction. He's going to be a world champion. And just when you stating things like that, you know, your promotional company is not going to, it's just not going to grow. But at the same time, Top Rank don't make stars, they make champions.
Okay.
You see, it's what it is.
Give him a round of applause on that one. Give him a round of
But T.O. also has made comments, and I think,
Yeah.
and to back that up, you're right. T.O. wasn't an Olympian, a silver medalist. He wasn't none of that, okay? And he said a lot of things that kind of offended people, even to say Top Rank only pushes black fighters. These are things that he said. When it comes to Shakur, though, I mean, I think Shakur, and it's tough because, you know, he's pretty much had everything, I don't want to say given to him, but he's gotten the push, in my opinion, from Top Rank, as opposed to T.O.'s beef, right? Why? I mean, I don't even know how to ask this question, but I mean, where does he go if he doesn't have a good performance? And again, does he have to knock out Kid Schofield in order to get one of these big fights?
knock out or beat his ass.
You're gonna have to keep knocking out somebody because knockouts is what gets you attention. At the end of the day, it's about your skill set and how you perform in the ring and how you respond to your performance outside the ring in regular day media every day. What are you giving us to show us that you in shape, blah, 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 blah. But once you get in the ring, it's about what you perform. And you got to really be able to perform. You got to, when Floyd wanted to get more exciting, he gave us more exciting fights with DeMarcus Corley, Philip Ndu. He had a lot of good fights with Emmanuel Augustus.
Yeah, he almost got dropped. Chop. Yeah, he got hurt. But see, Floyd, listen, and I hate to beat the dead horse, right? Floyd wasn't.
Shakur ain't no Floyd.
I mean, Floyd, he's not Floyd. And there's two reasons why he's not Floyd.
Shakur ain't no Floyd.
No, but even when Floyd was fighting guys like Chop Corley, Angel Manfredi, Diego Corrales, he was letting them things go. He put Corrales down 5 times. And if anybody knows who Diego Corrales is, he was the boogeyman at the time in that division. People were scared to fight him. That was a big fight at that time. And he put him down 5 times. Right?
Oh, but check out the Vic Ortiz fight. He was whooping Vic Ortiz. Why Vic Ortiz headbutted him?
Yeah.
Because he was frustrated. He was getting clucked and he couldn't hit him back.
Yeah.
With Miguel Cotto fight.
Yeah.
Miguel Cotto took it to him and he gave it right back to him. He was putting beats on Cotto in that fight as well.
No, 100%.
Marcos Maidana pushed him to the limit, right? And guess what? He held that ground and he gave him that work right back. So, it makes you appreciate Floyd a lot more now for those that didn't like it and was like he was boring and that he ran around the ring. I mean, Pretty Boy Floyd was a fucking stone cold killer, man. And Money Mayweather, if you push him, if you bring it and you push him to the limit, he gonna give it to you right back, man.
But you know what it was with Floyd that people tend to forget is that he didn't have that silver spoon in his mouth, bro. He had to earn that. He had to put his life on the line and actually fight. A lot of these fighters today want to be the older Floyd, the more cautious Floyd. Floyd understood the difference between being someone that had to make a name for himself and someone that had a name that knew how to capitalize. Once he had the name, he took, of course, less risk, but with bigger names. Shakur's in a situation where he does. I don't know if he knows what he's doing at this point.
And that happened when he left Arum, and that all took off for Floyd when he left Arum. So
Yeah.
Shakur, you're no longer with Arum. Take off.
But
I mean, he finally left Arum and he got that one fight.
Yeah.
That one fight against Spence, and look, he can't even capitalize on taking off because he only fights once a year.
No, but even with Floyd, listen, you got to understand who you are as a fighter. Floyd knew. He looked at a Toro guy. He said, "After I beat this dude, and he's not on my level, but the people love him. He was, he had great fights. People loved Gotti. I'm going to destroy this man on pay-per-view for everyone to see in New Jersey." He took the risk. He wasn't the A side in that fight. It was a Turo Gotti. You have to understand your market, bro. And if you're not willing to lay it all on the line and really like put somebody out or whatever or whatnot, it's going to be very hard for you to capitalize because people don't want to be bored. People love Gervonta, and he's not beating guys like Oscar Valdez like you did. You know what I mean? He's knocking people out. He knocked out Rollie. Where do we classify Rollie at this point?
I mean, he's just knocking out everybody. That's why it don't matter if you're not good, you are good.
Yeah.
That's why everybody watching Tank, because he just stopping everything.
Yeah.
And it's just up to the point where now he's playing hardball with Turk, like how Canelo was. No, bro, you have to give me this. And he's going to get it, but at the same time, Shakur needs to just keep fighting, man. Just keep fighting and proving his skill. No matter.
You know what's crazy, though, to add to your point? He's allowing Tank to define him, too. Like, him not getting that Tank fight is making him look in the public view as lesser. And I think he has to get away from that. If the fight's going to happen, it's going to happen. You got to focus on dominating your opponent so people want to see that fight and force his hand. You keep doing these interviews and say, "Yeah, I want to make the fight happen. I want to make the fight happen." But it's not really an outcry for the fight. It's more of an outcry to see Gervonta fight somebody in a higher level. When Manny and Floyd were going at it, it's because of what Manny was knocking people out. Benavidez was knocking people out. So I want to see him with Canelo. It's a difference. People want to see a fight. A lot of people don't believe he's actually going to fight Gervonta at this point. And I'm talking about if they get the fight, he's physically just going to run. That's what a lot of people say. That's why I feel like this Schofield fight.
He doesn't win, though. He doesn't win that fight. He doesn't win that fight moving and fighting the way he's been fighting because the money is on Tank.
Yeah, well, we're going to see.
Again,
It's just why it makes it hard for Bud. Like, I love my man Bud, but thinking he's just going to go in there and box Canelo and be moving and getting slippery.
We're gonna.
That's crazy.
We're gonna get into that, but we were talking about Teofimo Lopez, right? So let's segue into that. Teofimo Lopez signed a 5-fight deal. With Top Rank, so he ain't getting out of that anytime soon. Oh shit! I put the wrong one. Jesus Christ! Sorry about that, guys. Hold on. I was actually I was trying to pull up something else. I pulled up the wrong one. But Teofimo Lopez signed a situation with some new advisors to help him get the bigger fights. Hamza knows a little bit more about the individuals he signed to. I'll let you kick it off with the move that Teofimo made. Is he going to be able to now get the bigger fights that he's asking for?
Yeah, he has a more notable manager. I got to go to the interview. I seen the guy's name. We were talking about it on TVV today.
Yes, Conley.
Yeah, that Conley.
Best manager in boxing.
They were saying he was like the new Al with his not with his marketing, but with his connections, because he's able to provide the big fights. He was providing some big fights for like mid-tier guys that were trying to work their way up, like Derevinchenko, he got Berlandes and stuff. So it's like those guys you want to have in your corner because they got good word, they're good advisors, they can vouch you, they send you to the right banking systems so you can get the backing. That's what a manager is for.
Well, let me read this to you guys real quick. This is actually, I apologize to the fans, but Teofimo Lopez advised ESPN that he signed a multi-year advisory deal with Mike Barao and Keith Connolly. I'm going to focus on fighting the best and let Mike, Keith, and my father focus on everything else. Expect big fights from me in 2025 and beyond. This is the takeover period. We're going to make a lot of people bleed. Let's make boxing great again. That's who he signed with Kevin Connolly.
Yeah.
What's your guys' take on that?
Keith Conley is the best manager in boxing. He's the best fucking manager in boxing. And Hamza says he's like the new Al. He came up under Al. That's why he's like the new Al. Hamza, that's his mentor. Al Heyman is his mentor. He taught him a lot and just about everything he knows in this business on how to get these deals done, how to pick up the top fighters and get them in the big fights. If Devinchenko, he manages Alicia Baumgardner, he manages Khalil Cole, he manages Richard Hitchens, he manages Balanga, and a shitload of more fighters. But he also, if we go back, he managed Danny Jacobs. He got Danny Jacobs that big payday against Canelo when DAZN first popped off. Remember when DAZN first got going? Jacobs took the hard route. Jacobs fought in Brooklyn at the Barclays Center. Jacobs fought in Staten Island at the USB Arena over there. He fought then at the Garden where he fought Devinchenko and picked up the IBF vacant strap and got himself the unification against Canelo. And quote me if I'm wrong, but I heard he got about 15 mil. And that's what everybody was like, whoa, holy shit. Danny Jacobs against Canelo.
Yeah, I know. I mean,
he got 15 million for that fight, lost, right? And a good fight. And then that December of that same year, he fought Chavez and got another 5 mil. So in that year, he made 20 mil plus in 2 fights. And everybody started messing with Keith Conley from there. And look what he just did with Balanga, right? Got Balanga up out of that Top Rank deal.
Yep.
Took him over the Matchroom. Balanga gets the big Canelo fight in 2 fights.
That's what it was. He could get you out of your deal. That's what
get
it
you
was.
out that
He
deal.
can get you out your deal. He knows, the advisor knows what lawyer to go contact to get you out your deal.
And he got that chicken to help get you out that deal, because eventually he's gonna get you in that big fight to get, you're gonna get that money. They're gonna get that money back.
Yeah, to recoup the bread.
But this is another key with this TO situation signed with Connolly, with Kevin Connolly, is that shout out to Positive Vibes, just pointed this out in the chat. He works with Richardson Hitchens as well. So that fight looks very, very promising coming up soon. Now that can happen. I mean,
that's in negotiations.
Yeah,
they said that's in negotiations. And T.O. last month said that he went to New York, met with the execs in Madison Square Garden. They said they want that fight, but Top Rank wasn't willing to put the money up for the fight. No problem. Now we got Turkey. Now we got Keith. You got Eddie at Matchroom who promotes Richardson Hitchens. The money's there. The fighters are ready.
Turkey Al-Sheikh owns 10% now.
Yeah, she just bought 10% at DAZN. Like, come on now. We're going to get these fights. And that unification fight in Madison Square Garden between him and Hitchens is awesome. Big fight. And they
tailor-made for T.O. And there's a new style he's going to present with the Reynosos and the added attributes to fighting, under a Reynoso. So, yeah, I'm just trying to capitalize on what X said. I'm eager to see T.O. and Richard Hitchens, because that's a good fight for him with his style, taller guy coming back. He's not really a puncher. And after that, he said he's trying to get that boots work because he's already sparred.
Yeah.
And, I'm just trying to see. And fought the Emmys and Boot. I was just confused because everybody getting checks, and now it's Boots' turn. Boots is the last one out here not getting no money, but now they saying he about to get to work with Stanionis finally.
Yeah.
So I need to see it though. I need to see.
Hey, you guys want to laugh real quick? So I'm reading this Ring Magazine thing. Turkey Al-Asik responds to everybody speaking about the Canelo and Terrence Crawford being locked in. So he writes, this is what he said. I'm going to play it real quick. He recorded this about 3 days ago, and I think it looks like he has Canelo on the phone with Terrence Crawford. Well, he posted it. So this is what he says. He says, Turkey Al-Asik has posted his response to widespread rumors of a finalized deal for Canelo Alvarez versus Terrence Crawford. This is from a few days ago. We are not talking about boxing. We talked about the video game Fatal Fury City of Wolves, which will launch on the 24th of April 2025. I challenged them in the game. This is the only thing I can challenge them with in relation to combat. They accepted my challenge in the game, and we were all betting on a dinner on the loser. And we decided that we don't do the boxing fight because of all three of us hate boxing, and we decided to choose yoga instead. Continue talking and continue spreading rumors at the end. Only the three of us know and decide what and when and where things happen. So Turkey Al-Asik downplays the fact that it's pretty much wrapped up. You know what I mean? He has them all on, it looks like a phone call, and Terrence Crawford's with Turkey Al-Asik. I find it hilarious. Listen, there's no way, if you're a boxing insider and if you know any of these guys, that information crossed your desk and you're not going to leak it. So, I mean, it's cool. I think they're going to shoot for a major announcement after Canelo. I don't even know who's
Fights in May. He might fight in May.
Yeah, against Skull and Crawford fights, but he's definitely downplaying it. But there was updates, and I actually watched this Timothy Bradley interview. I'm going to play it for you guys real quick. There's a clip of Timothy Bradley, and I don't know the other two guys' names, but I'm going to play it in regards to the possibility of a Canelo versus Crawford in September.
A lot of times, social media starts to make fights. We all want to see fights. But the reality, Cop, is that if Turkey Al-Asik is set on watching a fight that he's interested in making, it usually gets done. And one that we thought was way out of line was Canelo Alvarez against Terrence Crawford. How close are we to seeing these two pound-for-pound greats inside the ring in 2025?
I think we're definitely in the red zone, Bernardo, to steal an NFL term. Look, Turkey Al-Asik and Canelo Alvarez didn't seem to be on the same page last year, right? But I think everything changed when you had Canelo Alvarez and Terrence Crawford both meeting separately with Turkey Al-Asik last week in London. And from what I'm told, they're in the process now of finalizing this deal for a fight in September on Mexican Independence Day weekend. And it will be in Las Vegas, and it's going to be at the 168-pound limit, no rehydration clause. So Terrence Crawford's going to move up another 2 weight classes, assuming this gets done, to challenge the biggest star in all of boxing for really what's going to be, I think, a legacy-defining fight for both guys. And I think this is going to be a true super fight, you know, the kind of fight Canelo's used to being in from years past, not like he was in last year. I think this is a fight that does easily over 1 million pay-per-view buys. I could see a $30 million gate. I think it's going to be by far the biggest fight we're going to see in the last few years, assuming it gets done, as I believe it will.
You see Timothy Bradley licking his lips, waiting to hate on Canelo. He was waiting to let off and tell us how Canelo was slow-footed. He's going to get his ass whipped. You can see it. But, I mean, listen, there's a lot of chess being played. It looks like it's going to get wrapped up. No hydration clause. I mean, I don't see who that would benefit. I mean, Canelo's not going to go that much up. But, I mean, what you guys think?
Turkey has a little point with what he's saying, because guess what? Just a few days ago, it was Ryan and Devin are going to rematch. Then 2 days later is Ryan versus Theo. Then a day later is Ryan and Pitbull. And that was running up until today. And we got the announcement that is Ryan and Rollie, Devin and Jose Ramirez, Martin Bacoli, Effie Ajagba, Times Square, and all this other shit, right?
Yeah.
Social media does that. We believe everything that we get automatically, you know what I'm saying? And people always, of course, these big insiders get word of something, they're gonna drop it immediately. They want to be the first to have that out there. But until the Sheik says this is what it is, then we don't know. We could just, we were speculating, we're anticipating. But until she gives us a date and time, just like this card that's coming up with Floyd Schofield and Kid Austin and all of them,
Yeah.
they were saying Virgil and
And
Boots.
but Boots didn't take it. Yep.
And Dubois and Parker and this one and that one, and she just came out of nowhere. And he said, "Bang, here you go, drop the poster on us. It's better be even B-Vault too. That's what it is. You know what I'm saying?"
Yeah.
So when the Sheik drops it, he's the man that's going. You know what I'm saying? When Canelo drops it, when Bud drops it, then we'll know who, what, when, where, how.
I think it's definitely a strategy, especially on Canelo's part. Canelo doesn't like to get past his first opponents because he wants to make as much possible money for his next matchup, and they don't want the fans to overlook it and lose buys. So I think that's a key to why Canelo and them don't want this release, because they want the next fights to sell. Period. Even with the Devin Haney situation, Ryan, Devin are going to be on the same card. I mean, listen, he's taking
That's what I'm saying. They should do with Crawford and Canelo. I'm saying that's what they should do with Crawford and Canelo. Put Crawford on that undercard.
You can't do that.
What?
You can't do that.
Put Crawford on that undercard to Canelo.
On what undercard?
On Cinco de Mayo, you can't do
On
it.
Canelo's next fight.
Can't do it.
Against who?
William
Well,
Skull.
I mean, Canelo's going to be fighting most likely Skull is what we're guessing, right?
No, Bud ain't fighting nobody before the cut. Who? Usually when you get a big fight like that, you don't fight nobody before the fight, because you don't want to ruin your chances.
Now listen, I'll tell you this. Listen, it's Turkey Al Sikh right now is setting us up for a huge holiday, and that holiday is going to start in like September. We're probably talking about the Haney rematch with Ryan. We're probably going to get Joshua and Fury possibly. We're going to get, depending on Bivol and what
Joshua
happens.
Fury probably happens at the end of the year.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Probably takes
That's
the
what I'm
rest of
saying.
the year off.
You're going to get Canelo. You're probably going to get a Bud and Teo fight. All of these fights may be happening after September. So I think he's warming us up, letting people like, hey, look, this is what's going to happen. And I think, listen, the Rollie versus Ryan is going to set off a marketing campaign, because Rollie's going to do everything in his power to upstage everybody that's on that card or that's around it. So it's gonna I think he's moving very, very smart, Turkey Al Sikh, in setting us up to hit us with arguably and possibly one of the greatest years in boxing has ever seen. If we could get Canelo, Crawford, Boots, Teofimo, the rematch of Devin and Teofimo, and people forget too. He's been I think he's talked about Bam. He's talked about, I think, doing something with him anyway. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that can happen in
In a
2025.
way, just recently got down with Riyadh season. This fight that's coming up right here is promoted by, sponsored by Riyadh season this Friday. Fights this Friday in Japan.
He's setting us up for a huge, bro.
Hey, the Asians gonna deal with the Asians.
Hey, listen, man. Listen. This is going. Listen, Canelo and Crawford is going to be one of the biggest fights in the history of boxing, period. People could downplay it as much as they want, but Canelo is the biggest star in boxing, and Bud Crawford, regardless that he's going up 2 weight classes, he's challenging himself against arguably the best fight in the world, the biggest fight in the world. There's just so many elements that are crazy for this fight. And I think, I've heard rumors that Canelo's signing a 3-fight deal. A 3-fight deal, guys. So.
Oh yeah, I heard that. So he about it. I mean, that's
So
what I'm saying.
we're talking about Skull, Crawford, and possibly, maybe, I don't know, is it Benavidez? Is the third person Benavidez?
Mexican monster. If he could get his hands on the light heavyweight straps, I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, it could be a rematch with Bivol. It could be Better Beef. I mean, I think the Turk knows who makes that needle move. That's why I feel like Tank was kind of hating too. He's like, yo, I need some attention over here. I got to fight March 1st, guys. Hello, I'm right here. I mean, Turkey's he's doing his thing, man. He's you can't take nothing away from him at this point. But I mean, a 3-fight deal with Canelo, what's that looking like? We're definitely looking over a quarter quarter
It's
of
looking
$1
like a lot of
billion.
money, a lot of chicken, baby, a lot of pollo. And remember, Canelo said he wants to fight in the UK. He wants to fight in Japan. Canelo is about to go on a world tour, you know. So there isn't no Benavidez. Don't be surprised, people. But guess what? London is waiting for him. You know what I'm saying?
Listen,
the Tokyo Dome in Japan
Well,
are
man, I
waiting for
forgot
him.
it. Niggas ain't ever even fought over there. You know how many people waiting to see that?
Listen, this is
Come
crazy.
on, come on now.
Listen.
Come
Not
on
only that,
now.
adding to the global stuff, right? You got Conor Ben, right? In London, that's a big fight with Chris Eubanks.
If Eubanks beats up Conor Ben,
You might see Canelo.
he's been thrown out there, right?
Yeah.
They were talking about that, and nobody wants to see it. But guess what? If he goes to London, he has an opponent waiting for him, and for Eubanks to beat Ben, you know,
I
boom.
don't even know what. I know I get it that they daddy's fault, but I don't even want to see that for real.
I don't want to
I
either,
don't want to
but
see that shit.
Conor
either,
Ben
but-
is little. Like, how's he in there?
but they're saying we're in the red zone right now. They're about to ink that deal. Canelo's like, throw a couple more M's on that. Let Turkey, come on, you got it. Throw some things.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I seen also some joke with Liam Smith. Liam Smith in an interview says that he fought Eubanks twice now. He says Eubanks is gonna beat Ben. He said he'll beat him, but he'll beat him on points. Ben is tough. He's gonna give him his all, but he says Eubanks is too big for him.
Well, let's get to the real star of this goddamn show, right? I'm going to put this out there. You guys already kind of hinted at it. Rollie Romero is back. God damn it. Show some respect for Rollie.
Rollie.
Fighting Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney versus Jose Carlos Ramirez, and McCall versus, I can't even say this guy's name. I'm not even lying.
Ajagba. Effie Ajagba.
A Jagba.
F.A. a Jagba.
Yeah, something like that.
Jagba.
It's going down. I mean, listen, the Turkish setting us up. Devin is. Listen, I want to see what happens at the presser. We're gonna get one of those Caleb Plant, Edgar Berlanga moments. He's gonna sit up there, and Devin's gonna be there. He's gonna be like, and Ryan's a pussy and he's a cheater, and Bill's gonna be up there, and Ryan's gonna say stuff. His dad's gonna say, "You nappy head." It's gonna be great. This is gonna be great boxing, man. I mean, the presser in New York is gonna be amazing. What do you guys think? That was kind of racist. I'm sorry, but that's what he said last time.
No, I love it. So it's just all entertainment. They're trying to build status. As I started to notice, a lot of these guys are looking for status to accrue revenue. Like the higher you build your status. Remember, at one point, Ryan was saying F Muslims and all of that, and now he whipped the sheep. Like, come on, bro.
Listen. Rollie Romero, and this is another thing. We were talking about Shakur earlier, right? This is a fight Shakur should have took. He should have went and beat the living crap out of Rollie Romero. But he could have stopped him. I believe he can stop Rollie Romero. Why doesn't he take this fight? Ryan takes it.
That's a hard fight for Shakur.
I think he knocks him out. I think he stops him. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think
get
Shakur
what
stops
you're
him.
saying.
You got to be able to punch to really rock Rollie, man. You know what I'm saying?
I think it's gonna be an
It's a
accumulation. I think it'll be like a Mayweather Gotti type of show. I think that's what he needs. But Ryan gets the fight, and look, it's online. They leaked out the Rollie. Everybody's seen that the Rollie and Ryan stuff out already when they were sparring. This is gonna set everything on fire. It's a good comeback fight. Ryan is gonna stop Rollie. Ryan's gonna stop.
Long overdue.
Yeah, I mean, I like Rollie, man. I hope Rollie puts up a good fight. I think he's gonna get knocked out personally.
And they both cut from the same cloth too, man. They
Some
both they cousins, man. They not too up there, man. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be very entertaining.
What do you feel about the
all
fight?
way.
What do you feel about Ryan versus Rollie outside of the entertainment?
It's long overdue, man. And Ryan, with the speed that he has and the punching power that he has, can hurt Rollie. Should hurt Rollie. And
stopping.
Yeah, he should be able to rock him, drop him. Rollie's gonna fight, right? Rollie's gonna do what he do as well. He's gonna hold it down for as long as it lasts.
Might be
But
too
Rollie already caught a beat down from Pitbull Cruz. That was a beat down knockout. Tank hit him with the with the night quill. Tank got the night quill, one hitter quitter.
Yep.
The old man Barroso
Yep.
was giving him work. You know what I'm saying? They got a shaking though. They that was a good fight. And his last fight, that was the comeback fight that he had. I think that was on the Canelo Balanga card, if I'm not wrong.
Rollie lightweight a gatekeeper right now.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Homeboy that he was fighting.
He's a high profile gatekeeper.
I mean, you got to think about it,
He's about
guys.
to hit the pound for pound list of gatekeepers, my J.
No, he's number one. He is number one pound for pound most hilarious people in the world. That's why he's there. I can't just send a link. This is not whatever. You call up the number. Lo, I got you. But no, I think this is the perfect guy. I think this is the perfect guy to fight. Hold on, guys. I got my guy Lo on the line. Lo, what's the word, my G?
Yo, how's the audio?
You're good. You sound good. You sound better than usual. What do you think about this Rollie Romero, the greatest promoter in the history of boxing, versus Ryan Garcia? And shout out to Lo. He's the one that told me about this. Also, he said Josue Vargas is also coming out as well. This is all information from Lo Knows Boxing. Lo, what's up?
No, what's going on, man? I see we got the all-star panel in the building. We got my nigga X from Four Corners. We got my nigga Troy King, a.k.a. Hamza. And we got Big Lord. Yo, I mean, I would have rather have Rollie fight Devin Haney, because that would give Devin Haney an opportunity to prepare for somebody that's powerful and athletic that comes at you from all angles.
That's a good point.
I think Ryan Garcia has a fight where it's an opportunity for Ryan to score a big knockout.
Yeah.
What I'm interested in finding out is what's going on with Pitbull Cruz. Somebody told me that he might be getting the Tio fight, but I don't want that fight. He don't deserve that fight for Tio. I'd rather Tio versus Hitchens. Let the champions fight the champions. Let Cruz fight Subriel Matias. That makes more sense for both guys' careers.
Yeah.
Subriel, Pitbull
That's
Cruz.
exactly what's going to happen.
I'm gonna be honest though. I think Hitchens' style is tough for Tio though. I think Tio.
So what? You a champion. You a champion. That's it.
I hear you, but I think Turk is trying to set up good fights to set up great fights. If Tio loses to Hitchens, are we gonna see him in boots? And I think that's kind of where he's going at it. I think.
If Tio loses to Hitchens, Hitchens is on his way up to 147. You know what I'm saying? Hitchens is a good.
When niggas is real champions, when James Toney was already lined up to fight Roy Jones, before fighting Roy Jones, he took on a current light heavyweight champion named Prince Charles Williams. James Toney brought him down to 168 for that fight. That's a bold move to do.
Yeah.
So Tio taking on Hitchens before a possible boots fight, that's a similar move. When you're a champion, it says like in the superhero movie, there comes a great responsibility. So no, I don't want no Pitbull Cruz versus Tio, because Tio has a tendency of fighting to the level of his competition, and he might shit the bed against
Pitbull.
Pitbull.
Though. He get Pitbull, get in there with Tio and Eddie Reynoso, he going to bed. He's a one-dimensional fighter.
First of all, the fact that you used a Spider-Man reference, I got to give you that one. Use a
And
Spider-Man.
he ain't getting my man. Let me have my man's back. With great power comes great responsibility.
That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah. And with that being said,
I don't see Pitbull. I see Pitbull looking for his rematch with Rayo. That's what's about to happen over there. Pitbull gets himself this victory on this card, right? A big knockout victory. Rayo wins on March 1st. I think we might see those two run it back.
I mean, oh man,
I don't see Pitbull. I don't see Pitbull and Teofimo. I think now that Teofimo just signed that Keith Conley deal, that Hitchens fight is a New York banger. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna get Subriel in New York. Top Rank couldn't get that Puerto Rican fight in New York. They're gonna him and Hitchens Brooklyn.
You think the Hitchens Tio fight is bigger than Subriel Matias?
No, I'm saying that they couldn't get him Subriel in New York. Then Hitchens is the next best thing for a home fight here, and they do their numbers. They do numbers. Wherever they want to put it. Take it to Barclay. Take that shit to Barclay, too.
That's a big Brooklyn fight.
It's going to be in Times Square. This is what I was going to ask you guys. They keep saying Times Square. and I was listening to the Boxing Voice. They was just on a little while ago, and the guy was saying something about they're literally going to try to do it in Times Square in the street. I don't know how they're going to do it.
That's
I'm
interesting.
hearing that no ticket fans, there will be no tickets sold or nothing. Fans will be able to just pull up and watch that fight. That's what I'm hearing about that.
That is monumental. We need to get that going.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He said I'm hearing that there will be they're gonna mail something. I mean, the Turk got the paper, and you know those steps right there with Times Square in the middle there. I think that's the gap right there for it all. How are they gonna do this?
If they do a New Year's shit there, they can do anything else there.
Do you understand that they would have to shut down Times Square, period, for that? Like,
Do it for New Year's.
Do it for New
hey,
Year's.
New Year's is huge. I mean, that's crazy. I mean, I don't know about that
But
one.
listen, the Turk can do the Turk has the money to shut. Listen, I'm gonna say this due to how the system works. The Pope can abolish any law in the United States. So it's like the Turk with the money that he has, he went into the Boxing Hall of Fame without even doing nothing yet. So they was projecting with. They projected into the future. So to say he can't shut down New York for one night, and you got to think how many stores in that surrounding area are going to accrue revenue just because the fight is there and it's going to be outside for free. That's like coming to the bar and all you got to do is pay when you get to the bar.
This is the
at
problem.
The club.
This is the
That's
problem.
love.
You can't give
No
Brooklyn,
entry at the door?
Hold on. You can't give Brooklyn anything free. I'm going to tell you that right now.
Yes, you can.
No, you
No,
can't.
that's not that. That's the Ryan Garcia fight that they talking about in Times Square.
Orion and Rollie?
Yeah, that's what they
It
talking
don't matter. It don't matter. Who you put in Times Square is lit.
But the thing is this, and I'm about to go off topic, but it's on topic at the same time. I was talking with one of my homies the other day. He brought up a conspiracy thing regarding that. He said, "Yo, remember, America's at we got beef with America with the Middle East and with the terrorists and all that. What if this is Turkey? Like, you know what? I'm lining everybody up as many people as possible to be in Town Square to bomb that place. God forbid.
Let's stick to boxing, Lo. Let's stick to.
Hey, did you just say the nigga was gonna pull a terrorist act?
Yeah.
Hey, my nigga, don't make me fucking dead you, bro, for Islam and saying dumb shit like that.
Come on, Lo. We got Donald in here. We got the Donald here, all right?
Hold on, blood. Hold on. Because I'm tired of niggas using words when they don't know the actual meanings to it.
Hit him with that later. But anyways, let's get back to boxing. Rollie versus Ryan, I think it's going to be a dope fight. I think Rollie gets knocked out. I love the fight. I do agree with you. I think Devin should have took that fight as opposed to a lot of people are not very happy with the opponent he's taking. I think Ramirez, they say, is going to be extremely boring. And I think Devin needs...
Hold on. Jose Ramirez is not boring. Jose Ramirez is a former unified champion, and he brings the pain. Like, he comes to fight every time he comes out. He might be older. He might be a little washed right now. He might be on his way to gatekeeper status, but Jose Ramirez brings the pain. I want to ask Hamza.
Now with Devin Haney, he ain't no journeyman. He about to fuck around and stop.
That's what I want to.
He got too much experience. Like, it's not a good, bro. I'm not saying.
Is Jose Ramirez the opponent that Devin Haney needs?
No, he's not.
Well, how so? Please elaborate.
Because my man Aaron Coley, who's been a contender for some time now, stated that the experience Jose Ramirez has, the punching power, the size, and the pressure is too much for Devin Haney. He was an Olympian. He was better than Devin Haney in the amateurs. And he's fought the harder competition in the professionals at 140. And if they even fight at 147, he's bigger than Devin Haney. He's already naturally been bigger than Devin. These are just facts. He's bigger than Devin Haney, naturally.
If he comes out like the old Jose Ramirez when he fought, I forgot the dude's name.
Hey, listen, it don't matter how he come out. This is what y'all need to understand. When you boxing, if you have no punching power, You're not about to scare nobody with your moving around and shaking your ass boxing.
So you don't
That
think he's
shit
washed?
mean
You don't
nothing.
think this is a safe fight for Devin Haney?
Tell me the reasons why.
I'm asking.
No. And I'm asking. What logically would say that Jose Ramirez washed? Who did he lose against to say he was washed?
I mean, no, that's what X said. X said he might be washed.
He lost his last fight to Arnold Barboza.
Arnold Barboza is a legit 5'10" guy.
Arnold Barboza is legit. I like Arnold Barboza a lot.
It's not that he's legit, but he's tall. He has size. He's been at 140 damn near his whole career. Arnold Barboza has experience also. Arnold Barboza is a hard fight for anybody because he's going to be boxing.
And
he can neutralize.
He lost to Josh Taylor. Those are his only two L's.
That is not even. Josh Taylor also beat the shit out of Regis and was damn near undisputed, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah.
He's not washed then. He lost to undisputed, and then he lost to Arnold Barboza, who's a good boxer, and that's Mexican on Mexican. So he's not.
I'm gonna tell you right now, the fight that makes the most sense for Ramirez, believe it or not, I would like to see Ramirez and Regis right now at this time, being that they were at a crossroads and then he ducked Regis a couple of times. That would be, in fact, if he loses this fight, because Regis lost 2 fights in a row, right? He lost to Devin, he lost to Catterall. If Ramirez loses this fight, I would like to see Ramirez back in there with Regis. That makes sense for him, for both of those guys. Yeah, because they're like on the same level. Both of them, assuming Ramirez loses, because he's going to be the underdog. But if Ramirez, like I said, comes out like the way he did against Maurice Hooker, that's the dude he fought that he looked real good at.
Amir
and you don't
Rahman,
respect Devin's power.
Antonio Orozco. He beat Postall. He beat Jose Ramirez. Ran through 140 pounds. That's how him and Taylor ended up in that undisputed matchup.
I got a question.
I like Jose Ramirez. And he beat Zepeda too.
Everybody naming everybody, right? What happens to Sabril? What happens to Sabril Matias? Like, are we gonna see him fight anytime soon?
No, man.
Yeah, we'll see him fight, but he got back out there in the mix. I'm hearing he's gonna fight in an IBF eliminator. He's about to fight against somebody in an IBF eliminator, and if he wins, he becomes the mandatory again. And I heard Richard Hitchens already talking about he's gonna vacate the title if he has to fight him again. You know what I'm saying? Like,
wait. What? He would have to. Why would he vacate the title?
Because Matias will be his mandatory.
So he's saying he's gonna duck Matias?
He's gonna duck Matias and go up to 147. Here, that's what he's already talking about. I'm going up to 147. You know what I'm saying? As soon as they said that Matias is fighting for the mandatory spot, he's like, I won't be here too long. I see you guys up at 147 soon.
Damn, you calling him a duck? Quack quack. That's what you said.
He never wanted to fight Matias when he was Matias' man. He was the mandatory for Matias. He was talking about that he don't agree with the IBF rehydration 10-pound rule on fight night. Now you're IBF champion. I mean, it didn't matter, I guess, now against Liam Paro, right? But it mattered against Subriel Matias.
Hamza, I need you to elaborate. I need one of y'all to talk about this. What do you think about that? With ecstasy?
Low can go.
Well, I'm gonna tell you right now. I met Hitchens before when I went to Bosey's gym, and me and him, I interviewed him. We had a real good conversation, and I believe even in the interview, he had mentioned Matias, and based on what he was telling me, they have a lot of respect for Matias, because when I was asking him who he feels will be the toughest fight, and the guys that I mentioned to him was Tio, Devin, and Matias, he right away said Matias. And I said, why Matias? Matias is the one that has the least amount of athleticism and special effects opposed to a guy like Tio and Devin, who are more like, slick, athletic guys. And he said, it's like the unknown, and even his trainer, forgot his trainer's name, cool dude. He said the same thing. They have a certain level.
How the fuck is that unknown, blood, when he can just watch his tapes? That shit's stupidity, bro. That shit sounds stupid.
This was before he fought And
Bro, he got
now
some
I'm
tape.
starting not to
He
like.
got tape. He got footage. That shit cap,
I'm
man.
starting,
Niggas couldn't take no pressure.
I'm starting to not like the energy that they have towards Matthias. Especially now
Can't
you
take
telling me
that
that he said
pressure.
he'll vacate his belt.
He said I'll be. He didn't say exactly that. He didn't quote me on saying that. He just said, "See you guys soon. I'll be moving up." You know what I'm saying?
You're putting 2 and 2 together like the baby mamas be doing. I got you. I mean, listen, it's crazy because I was really looking forward to the Tio fight versus Matias, especially after the comments Tio
too.
made about Puerto
I still want to
Ricans
see
and
Matias
stuff like
fight
that.
everybody.
Yeah, I do too. So it's unfortunate that that fight's not going down. I was hoping that I'd rather see that than Hitchens. I'm going to be honest with you.
Hitchens though has more on the line. You know, it's a unification fight, and probably is arguably number 1 and 2 in the division.
A lot of these guys is just really scared. They're really scared because they lacking the skill. I'm just waiting for my man Tiger Johnson to be a contender so I can watch everybody vacate 140.
Tiger and Rich got into it at the Garden last year, man.
Rich, he's in position to take
Rich
over
was calling him a
140.
scrub.
The hot dick, but he was an Olympian. How was that, man? That shit sounds sick. Hey,
Rich
listen,
was like,
when
yo,
he
you
takes
a
over
scrub.
140,
You a bum. And Tiger was like, get up. I'll slap the shit out of you right now, bro.
Oh,
I got
yeah,
that joint on camera.
Hold on, you got it on camera? You didn't drop it? What's wrong with you?
Yeah, that's old. That shit. That was last year at whose fight was that, man? I forgot who was fighting that night, man. I think it was Puerto Rican Day Parade weekend. Tiger Johnson fought on that card.
Yeah, he's about to take over 140, so everybody about to be acting like he's about to be like Bud at 140. Everybody. That's why you don't never hear nobody calling his name out, trying to get no matchups because it's like he don't even exist at 140.
Tiger Johnson is that dude. I like Tiger Johnson, man. Flacco gang too. That's Flacco gang, Ninja. Flacco's hit hard, man. We got knuckle, man. It's bone right here, baby.
Man, I'm just bro. Listen, man. This year, I think 2025. It's gonna be historic for boxing, man. There's a lot of fighters going at it right now, bro. There's a lot of which one out of all the fights that are being speculated do you guys want to see most right now? If you had to pick
What's
one,
all the fights that's being speculated right now? Bud Crawford and Canelo is one of them.
Yeah.
I would say Bud and Canelo because those are two. Out of this generation right now, like those are two of the few guys that are definitely first ballot Hall of Fame whenever they retire.
Yeah.
So I would say Bud and Canelo right now. Out of all of those fights, that's being speculated between that and the round robin tournament we got coming up. And of course the Ben versus Eubank. I would say Canelo and Bud. Canelo and Bud for sure.
give us some more information on the round robin tournament too, because I know I was seeing that. What exactly is the tournament?
Well, what they're saying is it's supposed to be Devin versus Ramirez.
Yeah.
The winner of that faces the winner of Ryan versus Rollie. And then Boots Ennis unification against Stanionis versus the winner of Tio and I hope it's Richard to Hitchens, and that makes the most sense because Tio and Boots are the two most accomplished fighters at the moment that are champions within that bunch. So being that Boots is in the unification, right, and Tio, assuming he wins, is going to move up to fight Boots, it only makes sense that Tio fights against another champion. So it could be a unification. See, they don't have time for quote-unquote tune-ups, even though Ramirez and Rollie aren't tune-ups, because these are champions that are unifying. You feel what I'm saying? So I feel that maybe they're going to do Tio and Boots on the same card. I don't know. But I'm hearing that Boots' fight might be in AC. I would rather that fight be in Philly. But maybe they're going to do something with Tio and Boots. Maybe that should be his own card. And maybe they should throw that joint in the Barclays Center. That makes more sense because Tio and Hitchens is a Brooklyn fight. Put that in the Barclays Center and let Boots, who's from the East Coast, get in the Barclays Center as well. And take on Stanionis there. Maybe that's what they're doing. Or maybe because they haven't announced the other fight because it hasn't been signed yet. Who knows?
I like Stanionis and Boots in Atlantic City with Turkey getting involved with this because I used to love being at the fights in Atlantic City, man. Like, hopefully they could bring a buzz back to Atlantic City as well. A lot of small cards get done there. It's time to bring big time championship boxing back to the Boardwalk Hall, man. That's a really good arena. And Atlantic City was the shit. You know what I'm saying? So Boots is the guy that could make that happen.
He ain't about to do shit. He ain't about to do shit.
Damn. You listen, guys. We all know how Hamza feels about Boots.
I don't feel about Boots. I don't feel nothing about none of these guys. It's just their skill sets. And when I seen somebody passing out dollars like Kit Kats, he wasn't there to get his money. Like he was supposed to get him. Then he could have got with Stanionis when he was with PBC. He waited all this time, and you know why he did that? Because he didn't want to get his ass kicked for a low price.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, he didn't want none of that shit. If you gonna kick my ass and you gonna pay for this butt, you gotta pay me, bro. You gotta give me that bread. So that's what is basically going on now because Turkey Al-Sheikh, I said it earlier on The Voice, like he had to lightweight enslave niggas with money just to get them to scrap when they could have been scrapping. So now you about to get your shit split like Jared Anderson got, taking mad bread for somebody you kind of don't know, but you know it's going to be tough and you're going to get in there looking crazy. You're not going to – listen, he didn't look good with Karen. So how is he going to look good with Stanionis? It's not a style thing. It's just he don't have the style.
Let me ask you something real quick about that Jared Anderson Hamza. He ended up switching trainers and going with.
Hey, I don't give a fuck.
Sugar
He never had
Hill.
to say it don't matter.
No, listen. What was that about? What was that about going with Sugar Hill in that fight? You know what I'm saying? He left his team behind to go with Sugar Hill. What the fuck was that about?
It doesn't matter who's training him. It's him. He don't train. I don't care who training him. Prentice was with him. Sugar Hill was with him. And your mama could be with him. His mama could be with him. If your ass ain't in the gym, you're going to get smoked out there. You got to improve your skills. Jared Anderson never had the skills. Him and Boots is one and the same. They make the same mistakes when they fight. They do the same unfundamental things, and they're going to get the same results. Next, who else next on this list? I can tell by who they choose to fight and how their box records lined up. It's very simple, bro. You just look at somebody's resume and who they're asking to get work with.
Hamza, I don't think you're gonna be invited to any Boots fights anytime soon. I don't know. Just giving you a heads up. I don't think Boots is gonna be inviting you to any of his events, bro.
It ain't got about nothing to do with me, bro. It's got something to do with why you not fighting the best when everybody's giving out bread like candy, bro. They passing around money like Tic Tacs. Where was you? You said you wanted to see. Who else said they wanted to be undisputed in the welterweight division a couple years ago? Errol Spence. Yeah. Then when that one black ass man came, the boogeyman, the Black Knight came, it was, well, this side of the street needs to be taken care of, and then I need to do this. When Gennady Golovkin said, I'll fight anybody from 50, 54 to 68, and then Gilberto Ramirez, Andre Ward, some of these bigger guys start saying, wait, blood, well, let me get some of that Caucasian bread. Well, no, I'm at 160, I want to get Floyd. That shit is cap, bro. And like, why we can't see what they're doing in the natural public, then they don't want to work. Never went to 68 and did anything. He went to 68 with Canelo. It got smoked.
It hasn't been seen since.
Yeah, because at 68, all the monsters is there. Caleb, then Charlos. Charlos been wanting a piece of that ass.
Oh, hey, yo.
Hey, pause. Demetrius Andre wanted a piece of that gristle on that ass. He never got to work, what? Bro. These niggas ain't trying to give up that ass. They don't want that down at the end of. Listen, who else pulled this move back in the day? Is when the going got tough, Marvin Hagler stepped aside because in the 90s, he could have got some work with some of them guys, the Gerald McClellans and them. He was a small middleweight. They would have busted his shit. Like, come on, bro. It's just about boxing at the end of the day. And I can tell when somebody wants to bow out because their skill set doesn't match up for what's ahead to come.
Jesus Christ. Shout out to
Get him, Hamza. Get him.
Shout out to the 251 people in the chat right now. You just heard some of Hamza's take on Boots Ennis, Triple G.
Like, I'm not prejudiced. Lomachenko doing it right now. Everybody, listen.
Lomachenko got more work than Triple G, though. One thing I will say,
bro. He did it.
Oh, shit.
Look, who on his resume was a puncher?
No, I'm saying, wait.
No,
Triple G.
I'm asking.
Lomachenko fought Tio. He fought
And
Devin Haney.
he ran for 9 rounds.
Yeah.
That lets me know he never really wanted to fight because when they made the fight.
But Lomachenko at least had the heart to go in there and fight younger guys that was in there.
That wasn't hard, nigga. That wasn't no hard. He got in there and ran from T.O. for 8 to 9 rounds. He did the same shit Usyk did with Fury the second fight. Move around, not really engage, and let them say, listen, as long as you don't get knocked out.
Has a better resume than Triple G, though. He does have a better resume than Triple G by far.
I mean, tell me.
He fought T.O., he fought
Devin
Loma.
Haney is his best win due to accolades.
Yeah, but arguably Loma.
Jorge Linares, man. Jorge Linares.
Rigo.
Jorge Linares was a decent win, but he didn't even have his regular coach. He was on a 14-win streak when he had his
His coach wasn't there. You right.
Name me 5 Triple G's best wins, and I'll name you 5 of Lomachenko's best wins. There we go. Triple G's best wins.
Danny Jacobs.
Okay.
I'm gonna go to his boxer.
Danny Jacobs, Kell Brook.
David Lemieux, Kell Brook.
David Lemieux, Martin Murray. He beat up a lot of fucking dodos, bro. Daniel
Gill, former champ. Okay, but let's look at Lomachenko now, right? He got Gary Russell. He got Gary Russell.
He got Jorge Linares, Gary Russell.
Once they cheated and manipulated the scales. But go ahead.
He got Rigo.
Little ass Rigo.
Yeah, just like this dude had little ass.
Which he waited him out because he could have got Rigo at 122, and he literally stated he needed like 12 fights to see Rigo. So he waited him out till but that's
Nicholas Walters. He made Nicholas Walters do the no mas.
Yep, he beat the former champion in Comey.
Richard Comey, Jermaine Ortiz.
The Puerto Rican kid, I forgot his name.
Nakatani, the Chinese dude. Rocky Martinez was trash though, my nigga. That was my dude, but he was. I ain't gonna say trash. Excuse me. I take that back. I don't like to say that. Rocky Martinez wasn't it. He wasn't it. He was just a.
He beat Luke Campbell.
Yeah, Luke Campbell. That was a good fight with Luke Campbell.
Jason Sosa.
He was another Rocky Martinez though, man. Sosa.
Luke Campbell had already got his back busted several times. Jorge Linares busted him down. Jorge Linares busted him down brutally.
Loma got a better resume than Triple G regardless. Lomachenko got a better resume.
I'm on Triple G's resume right now for the simple fact he fought Marco Antonio Rubio, who was 59-6-1, who was really a puncher at that time. Martin Murray, blood. Willie Monroe Jr. was a notable opponent. Like you said, David Lemieux. Then he fought Dominic Wade was not, even though he was undefeated. Kell Brook he brought up. Daniel Jacobs, Saul Alvarez in a draw, the first one, even though I thought Canelo won. Vanes Monterosa, who was an Olympian. Saul Alvarez again. Sergey Derevyanchenko, who also was a hard fight.
Derevyanchenko beat him. I had Derevyanchenko.
Derevyanchenko actually beat Triple G also. So just whatchamacallit is both most notable win to
What the fuck's going on back there? What the fuck?
We live in a boxing house and niggas really, these kids think they're grown with it.
Something's killing somebody over there.
After Kell Brook stepped up to Triple G, and though he got his shit broke, he stepped up and was and showed no fear. Everybody started to expose. They started to expose Triple G's shit because Danny
Chico's
Jacobs.
best win is Devin Haney due to accolades. Sick. It's the only person he beat with the most accolades. All them other guys were nothing. And then soon as somebody.
But he didn't win that fight.
Hold on. And that's my point. Then on top of that, he called out Tank 7 years ago because Tank was the money man. And then when Tank matured and was ready to call him out so Tank can pay him, he said no when stepped aside, let me know he never really wanted to fight Tank. He was trying to build his name off Tank, like all these other people be doing with Tank. Because his
best win is George Kambosos, you heard? That's his best win.
Facts. That's why I'm saying his best win is Devin Haney, and he didn't even win. That's his best person he fought due to accolades. He hasn't beat anybody. He's like Jose Pedraza.
No, man. Come
Pedraza.
on.
Yes, he is, nigga. You cap. He is. He ain't beat nobody when it was on the line. He didn't beat T.O. He didn't beat Devin. Who else did he beat? He beat nobody's, my nigga. We can go on his box record. He didn't beat nobody when it was really on the line. You cap. That's cap.
Well, Pedraza never had a run, though. He won his belt and lost it right away.
He never had a run, bro. Who the fuck he running against? He ran against nobody. He lost all his fights against the best niggas.
But he won 3 different
He like Zab and shit. Like the moment he stepped up, he was losing, bro. That's a fact. Do I gotta go on his box rec and just give you observable shit? Man, bring his box rec up on the screen share, bro.
Jesus Christ.
He ain't got to argue with me. You just look at his box rec. The moment he got in there with T.O. and Devin, he lost. If he would have won those, we could put some respect on his name. We can't.
All right, man. Listen, on that note, guys, I got to catch up with y'all tomorrow. I got shit to do. But it was a good show, man. Shout out to my guy, Lou. Shout out to Hamza, and shout out to them puppies next door. I was making mad noises, all good. Shout out to the almost 300 people in here right now. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. We growing.
Hey, hold on. Is it 300 likes on the joint?
Oh, well, on
smash
Twitter,
that like button.
Yeah, smash that like button, man.
It helps the algorithm so the show can be viewed by people who are in the algorithm of boxing.
Yep.
I don't know how you know if it works like that. It's not, the algorithm is not people. It's just a machine to see words and things and they pick up frequencies of the words.
Yeah, on YouTube we got to pick it up, man. But shout out to Twitter and everywhere else where they're tuning in.
Smash that like button, people. Share that
Hit me up on
people.
Troy Killertainment King, at Cornell de Chivo with a K, at Killertainment. Hit my gram right now for the latest and the 10A podcast. And we over at TBV Border Wars. If you want to get your pack busted, come over here, train with me. It's $1,000 a month. Get your shit together off the bat.
I'm trying to pull up. I'm trying to pull up to one of those Border Wars, but I don't know. I don't think Ness likes me too much, but whatever. Good going.
Four Corners Boxing Fight Night Dex, man. 10A podcast. People keep rocking with us.
My guy, I'm gonna hit you. On that note, man.
YouTube and Instagram.
Oh shit, I forgot my man Lowe was here. Lowe, let him know where you at, bro.
No Nose Boxing on YouTube and Instagram.
You gotta get a Twitter, Lowe. That's where it's popping, bro.
I got a Twitter. I don't really be active on like that. It's just weird.
Bro, right now we like 300 on Twitter right now, brother. You gotta get on that. You gotta get on that. Show is growing, man. But on that note, Lowe, I rock with you heavy, man. I'm out of here, about to get to editing. I love y'all. We are out of here, Lowe. I appreciate you, my brother. Yeah, on that note, we out of here. This is the 10A podcast. Make sure you share, hit the notification button. I appreciate everybody that's tuning in. Let's grow the channel on YouTube. We're growing. Shout out to X. Shout out to everybody that tuned in. It's your boy Norbs. Follow me on at StreetStarNorbe on Twitter or X, Instagram. What's that shit called? TikTok. If it's up at StreetStarNorbe. Number 1. Not the number one, but just one. Number one. Whatever, you know what I mean. It's your boy. We out of here.